I know the layout seems a little bit different, but I want to let everyone know that this is not Sparring with Santana. What is this? This is Late Nights with Santana. It is a panel discussion. So that means that more people are welcome. More people are welcome. So if you are interested in actually getting on the panel and actually having your voice heard, go ahead and request up, not just Trump supporters. If you are a quote unquote friendly and you would actually like to join in, then you can actually go ahead and request up as well. Jamie, are you a Trump supporter? Jamie, are you a Trump supporter? Oh, Jamie, you turned into a teacup as soon as you came in. Jamie, are you there? Daylight coming. Ryan, are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Okay, perfect. Jamie, you're a teacup. I don't know if you know, but you are a teacup.
I don't think he's here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to drop him down because I know he was requesting earlier. Oh, there he goes. I know he was requesting earlier, and we were trying to. I know he was trying to get in. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Also, gosh, you guys already knocked out the daily gift goal again. Okay, I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these 1-cent goals. It will help if we can actually knock this out. It'll help push us out to the FYP. Also, guys, just an FYI, if you are a subscriber and you're not in the Discord, if you're a subscriber and you're not in the Discord, go ahead and check your benefits in the package. It allows you to get back into the Discord. We had a purge. We had to clear out the Discord. There was a lot going on. But if you were in the Discord and you're no longer in the Discord, go ahead and go through your benefits as a subscriber, and it allows you to get back into the Discord. And if you were a subscriber and you lost your subscription, like a lot of people did, a lot of people lost their subscription, and you want to actually resubscribe, you can do that online. You can actually go online, tiktok.com, go online, and you can actually resubscribe. And also, not only can you resubscribe, but you can also recharge coins, right? So you can do all those wonderful things if you do that online. So we have Ethan up here, who is a Trump supporter. We have Ryan up here, who is not a Trump supporter, and Brazen, are you a Trump supporter?
No.
All right, perfect. Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Again, this is Late Nights with Santana. This is a panel discussion. This is not, I repeat, this is absolutely not Sparring with Santana. This is Late Nights with Santana. So all are welcome. If you are a Trump supporter and you want to come up, please feel free. We have Ethan up here. If you are a friendly, quote unquote friendly, and you want to come up, you have the option of coming up as well. Before we get started, I just have to say massive, insane. Listen, guys, I need you guys to make the W start and don't let them stop, because massive W's in the chat. Massive W's in the chat for Carol, who sent a $50 donation to go towards the nightly donation and saying, for your birthday. I didn't see that. I'm sorry, Carol. I'm sorry. Yeah. $50 towards the nightly donation. That means that we are $200 away from closing out our nightly donation goal, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Ethan, I want to start with you. Ethan, Ethan,
what's up?
So I have a couple of different things in the background, and we can talk about it, right? Because we can talk about how Donald Trump wants to take over Gaza, in which the entire world is pushing back on that. We can talk about how prices are on the rise. Hey, I don't know if you've seen this lately, but eggs are expensive. We can talk about how the United States basically is alienating all of our partners, and there's a huge issue with that. We could also talk about Elon Musk, which I don't know, Ethan, I don't know. I didn't vote for Elon, but since you are the lone Trump supporter up here at the moment, not only am I giving you the floor, but where would you like to start?
Prices on the rise.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Why do you think prices are on the rise?
Well, it's on the rise for a couple of different reasons, and I mean, just in my opinion, a couple of different reasons. But again, I'm not going to do that because this isn't sparring. This is not sparring. You the floor. You tell me your thoughts on why you feel like prices are on the rise.
Well, I personally don't think they are. I mean, if you're gonna bring up like tariffs, for example, wait, hold on.
Guys, as we wait for Ethan to come back, go ahead and tap the screen. Keep the likes moving. Keep the likes moving. We need to actually get the likes up, guys. We need to get the likes to 50,000 likes. In the meantime, in between time, Ryan.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Where would you like to start?
I'll go with prices on the rise, man.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I mean, I feel that prices are on the rise because there's a lack of confidence in our market. So investors are pulling their money out. You know, that's going to affect everything from supply chains to grocery stores. And then the second reason why is because of corporate greed. I mean, we just had Kroger and Albertsons try and merge, which would have created a huge monopoly.
Yeah,
where they can just set the prices. So we don't have enough competition for where we can go buy our groceries or go buy our TVs. And then we don't have enough manufacturers that are actually making us these things so that they're competing with one another. And by telling the rest of the world, we don't want your stuff, we're just lowering that competition.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought. Hey, question for you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Have you so we've started to add tariffs to multiple countries, right? Any chance you know what those countries are actually doing since they are now tariffed by the United States?
Well, they're probably looking for other export partners.
Ooh. You want to guess who the partner that it seems to be the hot partner for everybody to go to?
China and Russia, man.
China. Yes. It's super interesting that a lot of countries are turning to China to actually take those exports that the United States are starting to tariff. Ryan, what do you think that's going to do?
I think it's going to hurt the American economy. It's going to hurt the American worker. I mean, even if it's like, look, I live in a very heavy area of development in Los Angeles. And so, even if it's just gloves for the workers to use on the construction sites, if those go up in price, well, guess what? The boss man is either not paying for good gloves or they're just hiring less workers, so they have to buy less gloves. So overall, it's going to hurt us in our pockets, and then it's going to hurt us with our jobs.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And one thing that is super interesting is the fact that it's going to hurt the U.S. dollar, right? And we all understand that once countries start to try to trade and cut the United States out of it without using the U.S. dollar, it's going to weaken the overall strength of the U.S. dollar. So that's a whole thing.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I agree with you, but that's actually a whole other issue because the U.S. dollar, I mean, is backed by our U.S. Navy or U.S. Air Force, whatever you want to say is our big bad boss out there. So if these OPEC nations or somebody says, "Hey, we don't want to use the U.S. dollar anymore," you're going to have to go through our Navy. I mean, we control all those ports, we control the both sides of the canal, and so. As long as we keep funding our military crazy ridiculously, which we do, every president, it doesn't matter left or right, they fund the military more. We're going to be able to keep that control of saying, no, you need to use the US dollar when you're trading. Now, interesting story, Santana, you could use this on future ones. I sold a ton of software all over the world. And one of the things I do, because I was a small company, I was one of those scrappy startups that would get in there, is I would tell, the company in Vietnam, hey, no worries, man. Maybe we can actually trade in your currency. That way, when inflation happens, hey, the US dollars, we're going to fluctuate. And so is the Vietnamese dollar, don't worry. But you're going to be more in control of that fluctuation. Whereas if it's 2,000 American dollars and that's 4,000 of your dollars, well, if next year 2,000 of our dollars equals 5,000 of your dollars, it's not going to matter because we're doing it at 4,000 of your dollars today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a whole thing. And I don't want to say too much because I have to keep in mind where we are. But I am definitely sticking that in my back pocket. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Hold tight for me one moment. Ethan, are you back? Ethan, are you back? All right, I guess Ethan is still away, guys. Keep tapping the screen. We're almost at 50,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get the likes up. We need to get the likes. Let's move past 50,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get up to 100,000 likes. Oh, also, guys, again, I mentioned the whole thing about the subscriber. If you want to resubscribe, you can actually do so. You have to do it from your laptop. If you go to tiktok.com, you can actually resubscribe through your laptop, and you can actually get back into the Discord. But just an FYI, you can only do it while I'm live. So over these next couple of hours, if you are used to be a subscriber and you can't subscribe anymore because you can't do it through the actual phone, if you go online to tiktok.com and while I'm live, you can resubscribe that way. So, you know, let's if you want to get back and you want to become a subscriber again, please remember to do that. Brazen, what would you like to add?
Hey, I have 2 points, or I'll start with the prices on the rise. Particularly with eggs, I think it's not necessarily funny, like haha funny, but how people voted for the Agent Orange to bring down the price of eggs and all of those things. But they're continuing to skyrocket, mainly because I think it's interesting how he has cut off or paused all communication health-wise, like WHO to the CDC, when bird flu was on the rise.
Ooh, you took it right out of my mouth. Go ahead, keep going.
The bird flu was on the rise, which is affecting all of our chickens and birds that give us eggs.
So let me hop in just for a second, because I don't know if you've heard this yet. I'm hoping you have. You seem like you're pretty knowledgeable. And if you haven't heard it, maybe the chat hasn't heard it, right? Because there's almost 350 of us hanging out in here. So maybe someone hasn't heard this. Do you know what the bird flu now has hit? What type of animal that affects another product that we use that the bird flu has now spread to?
I've heard that it's transferred to beef as well, but I don't know if I'm on point with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So there's an article that came out. They broke the information. It's through NPR. The new type of bird flu has been found in dairy cows in Nevada. So yeah, not only is it affecting our dairy products, of course, it is a possibility to affect the actual cow as far as the beef as well, but that's a big deal. And the CDC isn't talking about it because Trump won't let them talk about it. It's a whole thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, of course. Because I mean, prices aren't going to go down for produce for a very long time. And in regards to the bird flu, like I know I'm from Maryland, so we just got word that in one of our counties, Montgomery County, that some guy had his home chickens, which I guess were isolated to his own personal area. They've now been infected with bird flu. He doesn't know how they've been infected because, again, he keeps them to themselves, like in his own little area. But they've contracted bird flu, and he had to hand over his chickens to, not the USD? Yeah, the USDA. And so it's spread all over. As far as I know, in our area, the DMV and Delaware. So that's on this side. And it's funny how, again, like I said, like they voted for him thinking that he's going to bring the cost of eggs down, because I mean, I guess that's the #1 produce that people eat, but it's only done nothing but double and skyrocket. And it's not going to, frankly, this is my opinion. I feel personally that now that they're aware, and they being the powers that be, now that they're aware that people can afford these eggs, although they're high in price.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's not gonna go down as far as we know.
Well,
Because
hey,
now
so
that they know
let
that
me jump in
people
here for a second, Brazen. What
Mhm.
happened after C19 with gas prices?
Yikes. We're still struggling with the gas prices.
Right, but again, so the gas prices were a thing because even after the world opened back up and OPEC realized that there was more gas needed, they realized that stupid Americans, they're going to pay the price of whatever we tell them to pay because they want it. So we're just going to keep the price high. Why would we bring it down? Joe Biden went to them and said, "Hey, we need you guys to drop the prices," and they said, "No, we good. We trying to make this paper." But I'm sorry. So you're absolutely right. If they see that we
that
actually
we can still afford it,
exactly,
they're gonna keep it. They're gonna keep it that price and continue to make profit off of it. Like it's wild out here.
yeah.
My second question is in regards to our South African immigrant here.
Mm-hmm.
Who voted for him? Who voted for him, and why is he like? I'm so tired of hearing about him and hearing him in the zeitgeist. Like, oh God, he makes me sick.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he. Well, I guess money. That's the only.
Makes the world go round.
Why he has so much power and why he's able to wield that power as far as our government is concerned. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely.
Does anyone see a problem with that? Like,
well,
is no one else scared?
We're gonna definitely figure it out. Ethan, are you back? Ethan, I'm gonna send you a request to come off of mute because you've been gone for a while. Guys, as we try to see where Ethan is, keep tapping the screen. Guys, this is Late Nights with Santana. What does that mean? That means that this is a panel discussion. So if you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up. If you are a Trump supporter and you want to join the panel, go ahead and request up. You are more than welcome on the panel as a Trump supporter. You are more than welcome. We will give you a space to actually share your voice. If you are a friendly and you want to actually join as well, we will actually have friendlies up and we will rotate friendlies in and out as well. So everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome on Late Nights with Santana. Keep tapping the screen. There's almost 400 of us hanging out in here. We should be at 100,000 likes easy, guys. Let's go ahead and move the likes. Last but not least, guys, we still have $200 left in our nightly donation goal. So if 200 people just send $1, we can close out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. Everything is appreciated. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Ethan, are you there? If not, Ethan, I'm going to have to drop you down because you've been gone for a while and I don't know where you went. Ethan going once. Ethan going twice. Ethan, I'm going to drop you down and hopefully you come back and you can request up. If you are a Trump supporter and you want to actually come up and have a conversation, go ahead and request up. Everyone is welcome. Listen, so Brazen, I want to actually speak to what you said because you made a point, right? You said who voted for Elon? The answer is no one. The answer is no one. No one voted for Elon, but Elon spent $290 million. 290. We originally thought it was 240, thought it was 250, $290 million.
Wow.
To buy a presidency. And the thing about it, guys, I made a video today. If you haven't watched that video that I posted on my page, check it out. Check it out because it's the press secretary speaking, and there was a question asked about Elon and basically oversight, right? Because Elon is doing all of these things and he's digging through all these, government contracts. And they said, what about conflict of interest? Because we all know that the United States government subsidized Elon, right? They actually subsidize Elon and what he does. And so they said, what if it's a conflict of interest? And so the answer is, if Elon sees that he has a conflict of interest, then he's just going to remove himself. Yeah. But I say all that to say he bought himself a presidency and he has unfettered access to do whatever he wants to do. And he is definitely going through it and doing those certain things. Ryan, what do you think about that? To Brazen's question. I mean, do you think that Elon should have that much access?
Oh, absolutely not. No way. But I don't, and I do like everything Grayson said. I don't like this idea of who voted, though, because I don't know if you guys know this. Nobody voted for Harry Truman to become the vice president. And then he became president. So he never got any votes to become vice president. And then he got the vice presidential seat. And due to death, he became president. So, you know, I just, there are definitely times in history where this sort of stuff has happened. Now, I question why we're building a whole new governmental agency if the whole idea of them was to cut down government agencies. I think that their logic is broken.
Right.
And I think that, yeah, I mean, when you say about a reach of power, I mean, dude, this guy has all of our personal information.
All of it.
We were going to shut down TikTok because it takes our personal information, but now we're just going to go let somebody that we didn't elect that has no safety guards have it all. Like, that's crazy. How can the same people that say, oh, we got to get rid of this stuff that takes our information, but don't worry, we'll just go give this guy all your information.
Yeah. I mean,
what was the whole thing in regards to him and the Treasury? Can somebody like update me with
so
that?
that's what Ryan is speaking to, right? So he has access to the United States Treasury, and not only, what up, Mandy's Candy over on YouTube, guys? I'm live on YouTube and Twitch. If you're not following me on YouTube and Twitch, make sure you do so. Follow me on YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky, and Instagram.
You're on YouTube?
I am on the YouTubes. I'm on the YouTubes. We're live, right? You are live on the YouTubes right now. You're also live on the Twitch as well.
Okay.
But so what happened was that Elon has access to the United States Treasury, and not only access to the United States Treasury, but has access to the back end system, the payment system, how that actually works. Like, he has access to all of this information, and Elon brought in a gang, right? His gang, his team that he put together, 5 young men ranging from the age of 19 to 24. Yeah, and they are all
maybe 26, but yeah, they're all really young.
They're super young. They're all in there, and they are going through all of the actual information that's listed in the Treasury, including social security numbers, including United States payments, including like everything. And you know, it's supposedly a part of Doge, but it's unfettered access. And again, it's something that they talked about closing or shut. Or the reason why they wanted to get rid of TikTok is because, you know, China would have access to all of our data. Well, you know, we got a South African who now has access to all of our data.
Well, more than that, it's a security threat. I mean, Anonymous has already mentioned that they want to go after him. I mean, look, I've worked with plenty of engineers, and look, we all make mistakes in life. And, you know, one time an engineer left his laptop bag in a bar after work. You know, if you don't think that this 19-year-old or this 21-year-old might make a little mistake and not log out of something in time, somebody then gets access to it in the back door. They don't catch it for a few days. Well, there's all our data on the black web now.
Yep.
Just outright sharing it, whether it be by accident or anything.
Absolutely. Lonnie, are you a Trump supporter? Lonnie, are you a Trump supporter? Lonnie going once. Lonnie going twice. Gonna drop you down, Lonnie. Brendan, are you a Trump supporter? Brendan?
Yes.
Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Okay. All right. Hold tight for just a moment. All right, guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things. There's 447 of us in here hanging out. For some reason, the likes are moving slow. Listen, I'm going to put a 10-minute clock on it. If we're not up to 125,000 likes in 10 minutes, I'm just going to turn off the comments. We only got 100 and something subs because people, again, if you want to resubscribe, you can do so while I'm live. You can do it on TikTok.com. But like the likes are moving slow. I don't know what it is about the likes, but we got 10 minutes. Let's get it up to 125,000 likes, or we will be going to sub only. Brazen, anything else that you want to add?
I feel like he should have been like we should have just thrown him away once he did that Schnazi salute. Like, I don't understand why he's even relevant after that. And people, I've seen very many videos, whether it be via YouTube or TikTok, about like, oh, he was just saying, he's giving his heart out. He's given his heart out before, and it didn't look like that.
Absolutely not.
Like, and B, like people were saying, if it was just a regular, hey, I give my heart out, then you do it. You do it. Do it just like he did. Do it at your job. Do it in front of people and see what happens. And many people tried to do it, and they know what he was doing because they didn't do it exactly like he did it. Like, or you had the people who actually did and got repercussions. Like, it's amazing what time we're living in. Like, I feel like we're in some type of like, I feel like, and this goes to show my nerddom, but I feel like we're in an animated show, but instead of like it being episodic, where like for example, like a Family Guy episode, where everything just resets at the end of the day and the next episode is completely different. We're living in ours is like sequential. And it sucks.
Yeah, no, listen,
timeline is terrible.
We are in the bad timeline. We are in the bad timeline. I don't know which Earth we're on, if it's Earth 414 or whatever, but we need to get off. It's not good. Anyway, Brazen, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you so much.
Thanks.
I'm gonna swap you out. Okay.
Have a nice one.
Thank you. You as
All
well.
right, cool.
Guys, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump and you would like to join the panel, go ahead and request up. Guys, this is Late Nights with Santana, not sparring with Santana. So it's not one-on-one. Thank you so much for the crowns. Not just one-on-one debate. So if you are interested in joining the panel, if you are a friendly, you can request up as well. If you are friendly, you can request up. So if there's anyone interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up, and we will keep it moving. We will cycle friendlies out. Trump supporters, we want to hear your voice. If you're there, you want to actually make your voice known, go ahead and request up. And also, guys, last but not least, we do have $200 left in our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. Ryan, anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, just on what Brazen was speaking, what you were speaking about, a bad timeline. I don't know if it's timeline. I don't know if you read about the 4 generations, like hard generations breed weak generations,
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, man, like
we've been in some really comfy times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, I grew up with the internet at my fingertips. Like, I got to see the change from, having to watch the channel changer, tell me everything that's on TV, to being able to press guide and see what's on TV, to just having everything available for me on demand. So, I live a pretty plush life. But then I look at like my kids' generation, and they're being told, you can't watch TV during these hours. You can't do this. You can't go outside and ride your bikes for as much as you want. These kids are going to be tough because they're going to grow up going, dude, I had all these rules I had to live under. And if I actually disobeyed the rules, there actually were repercussions. So I do think we will get out of this cycle. It might be more years than you and I want to see, but we will get out of it. I have complete faith. And the great thing, as long as, sadly, we allowed everything that's happened over the last 2 weeks. I think Jon Stewart said that the other night. Like, we voted for this. Like, we're a bunch of dummies. We haven't done anything that's technically illegal.
Listen, I will say this, and I've said this over and over and over and over. And people, listen, chat, you might not like what I'm about to say. Honestly, you genuinely might not like it. So prepare. I don't want to see any pearl clutching in the chat. I don't want to see any. Oh, I can't believe you said that, Santana. Donald Trump, man of his word. Man of his word. Donald Trump told us exactly what he was going to do before he got elected. Everybody fucked around together, and now we're all finding out together because certain people didn't believe the words that came out of Donald Trump's mouth. I did. I absolutely believe the words that came out of his mouth. But to Ryan's point, Donald Trump is not doing it. He has not done anything that has surprised me yet. Even when he talked about occupying Gaza. Like, that doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Like, there's nothing that he's doing that he didn't say that he was gonna do, and it's not a reach. So you're absolutely right with that, Ryan.
Yeah, and I think, 6 months ago when you were probably doing these, you had a lot of people coming on here saying, well, this is why I'm voting for DT.
Mm-hmm.
And you would say, well, what about this? And they'd go, he's not going to actually do that.
Yep.
Like, if I had told them, hey, man, what do you think about taking over Greenland?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you 90% of them can't even tell me where Greenland is on the map,
Nope.
let alone say, oh, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're just eating up his words and then saying, oh, he didn't actually mean that.
Yeah.
This is what he actually meant. And it's like, no, bro, he meant exactly what he said. And now he's doing it. He's supporting your friends and he's raising our prices.
And I'm going to say this one last thing, Ryan. I'm going to let you, because I want to hear your thoughts on this one last thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and swap you out, friend. But what do you say to people, though, who are like, oh, he's not tariffs aren't going to raise prices. He's not going to implement all those tariffs, blah, blah, blah. And he's now following through, crashing the financial markets and actually alienating partners via tariffs, and he's trying to actually implement multiple tariffs, because that was a big thing that I heard as well, is like, oh, he's just going to use that as a negotiation tool. And like, if that was the actual thought process with Canada and Mexico, it was dumb, because literally he didn't actually get anything out of it. But what do you think about that, where people at first they were saying, oh, he's not going to do this with the tariffs or do this with that, but now they're like turning around and embracing it, like, oh, well, we have to do it. Oh, we have to go through these hard times. Oh, we're going to have to pay. It's okay. I'm willing to pay a little bit higher prices.
Well, I don't think that they're thinking about it all the way through. It's not, we're just going to have to pay higher prices for now, as we spoke about with the gas prices after C-19. Like, once the business realizes, oh, you're willing to pay $6 for an ice cream scoop?
Yep.
I'm never lowering my prices off.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Right? I'm a for-profit business.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that these people are just blindly voting based on their feelings. And sadly, I thought they were a bigger minority in America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are just angry people who think that, somebody else has stolen their job, or that somebody else has made their life harder.
Yep.
And they don't really take a lot of personal responsibility.
Yep.
I appreciate you inviting me up here, though, man. This
Absolutely.
was awesome. You're a rock star.
Oh,
and,
you've been awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Santana.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, feel free.
Before Ryan goes, I have a question for him.
Okay, go ahead.
I heard him say that he was an engineer or has worked with engineers, and I was just wondering how big of a threat. I heard him talking about the guy that left his laptop in a bar. Yeah. Which, of course, in that situation, there's got to be the right person willing to come by to get it, to actually do harm.
Mm-hmm.
But with these young kids that Elon has brought in, what kind of security risk, like how much does that raise a alarm for you, knowing that they're using personal emails to conduct this business?
Not only personal emails, but they're using USBs as well. They're plugging USBs in.
There's a lot of issues with all of that all together.
Mm-hmm.
But, one of the things you said is like the right person has to get that laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And in today's society, the right person is so easy to contact with social media and other forms of the internet that you can get that laptop out to the right person. Once you realize, oh, this is a Facebook or a Meta laptop. Oh my God, this is a senior engineer's Meta laptop. Like, there's somebody out there on the web that wants that. So you might not be the right person at the bar, but that right person is just a few connections away. And then number two, the issue around like personal emails, because let's be real, I know that plenty of presidential candidates and plenty of presidents over the last, I guess there haven't been that many, but over the last 20 years have been using their personal emails. We know that. Like, Dick Cheney doesn't have like any messages for like 6 months of his term because he was only using his personal stuff. And we know that that's a huge problem because we're not able to audit it. And guess what? When you're working for the government in that regards, I, as a voter, want to be able to audit your work and know that you're not just, I got to be careful. You're not trying to take us down or put us in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the security stuff, it's a much bigger issue than I think people are making a deal out of it. I mean, remember when one of Trump's kids was not given security access, and then they had him in meetings that required certain security access. That became a huge talking point. And it's I almost guarantee within the next 6 months we will see that 1 week in the news. That will be our news cycle of they gave security clearance to somebody that actually didn't get security clearance, and now that person has access to military plans, trade secrets, and other issues.
You know, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna swap you out, Ryan, because we got a few other people waiting. But you know that Trump actually passed an executive order that allows him to supersede background checks and pass out the highest level of security clearance to anyone that he deems necessary that's working within the White House.
I did not see that, but that's crazy. I mean, that's nuts that you can pass an executive order that basically says, you know what, this guy went to prison for 13 years for money laundering, but yeah, let's just give him access to all of our treasury data.
Yep, they have to quote unquote be working within the White House. That's the caveat, and the president has to deem it necessary. So there's some contingencies on it, but that was something that was done. Anyway, Ryan, I appreciate you coming up, and you are welcome back anytime, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to drop you down. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and keep the likes moving. You guys definitely hit that marker for 125,000 likes. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys hitting that number. If you could, let's keep it moving. Let's get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's get the shares up as well. Let's get the shares up to 250 shares. Guys, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Trump and you want to talk about what's been happening, listen, I know Trump supporters, I promise you, we are not going to crucify you up here. Not really. We're not going to crucify you up here. We do want to hear from you. I've noticed this kind of across the board. A lot of Trump supporters are unwilling to actually speak anymore because there's a lot going on, and I get it, right? It's kind of hard to speak on the fact that you're wrong. The fact that you're wrong, it's kind of hard to actually speak to that. But guys, we want to give you an opportunity to share your voice. So if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. Last but not least, guys, again, we lost a ton of subscribers. So if you were a subscriber, we also had to we had some issues with the Discord. We had to actually get people to confirm the Discord. So if you were in the Discord and you are no longer in the Discord and you're still a subscriber, just go back through your benefits and that will get you back into the Discord. Just go back to your subscriber benefits and it will put you back in the Discord. If you're no longer a subscriber, then you can actually go to TikTok.com while I'm live. You can only do it while I'm live, and you can resubscribe. And not only can you resubscribe, but if you actually want to recharge your coins, you can recharge. I just logged into my TikTok.com, and it gives you like a discount if you actually want to get coins as well. So if you want to become a subscriber again and get back access to the Discord and all the other things, then go ahead and do so. Do it through TikTok.com. Brendan, what would you like to talk about?
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit. As I'm sure you can tell by my profile picture, I work in a MAGA predominant field. I do pipeline. So oil and natural gas is a huge deal. And man, it seems like any points when I put anything out there at work, when talks get brought up about this, just don't click. Like I bring up when they go to talking about how bad Biden was because he shut down the Keystone.
But what about
and then
Biden?
I bring up like Biden was a smart businessman. Like he took our oil reserves when price was high, sold it, bought it back when it was low, and made us a huge amount of money.
Yeah. Also,
he shut down.
Did you tell him that that
we were drilling more oil?
Well, no, not just that, but also the fact that Biden didn't shut down the Keystone.
Yeah, I've tried to explain that, and he was the president. It's the only answer I
give. All right, that makes sense. All right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point, Santana, where I really just want to be like, well, I respect my wife and my daughter, so I voted for their rights. You got to deal with your vote. But at the same time, that doesn't change mine.
Yeah. No, listen, the simple fact of the matter is the convincing is done, right? I mean, the convincing is done. There's nothing left to try to convince people. The simple fact of the matter is we're all just we're riding a hurricane at this moment. Like every single day. Think about it. Think about it, Brandon. I don't know about you, but I have AP News, Reuters, Politico, NPR, Al Jazeera, all of those news sites loaded onto my phone. And every morning I wake up, the first thing I see is breaking news, Donald Trump, da 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 da. And throughout the day, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Donald Trump signs another executive order. Donald Trump pisses off somebody else. This person said they're going to do this in response to what Donald Trump did or said. Like at this point, there's no more convincing. And again, a reason, Brendan, why a lot of people aren't up here actually defending Trump in public is because he's indefensible. Right now, it might be a little bit different because you are, around people and they might still feel like they're in a safe space. But the simple fact of the matter is, like, there's no way these people can see what's happening and not be concerned, because at the very least, if you are watching, as Donald Trump says, the United States is going to own Gaza. Well, one thing that people were saying before the election is, well, no new wars. He didn't start any new wars, and we need to stop worrying about everybody's business and take care about. He's now saying that he wants to actually have the United States have a bigger role in the Middle East. And all of these Middle Eastern countries came out in unity, including Saudi Arabia. The Crown Prince put out a stern hell no, which is absolutely mind-blowing. But all of these countries, and then you saw Germany, Russia, China, the EU, like all of these countries around the world, as soon as Donald Trump said that, say hell no. Like, there's no way they can actually take a step back and say, well, I think this is going to be okay, because the simple fact of the matter is what Donald Trump is doing is literally ostracizing us and causing more conflict.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I grew up in a small southern town. So I've been around it my whole life. I've learned how to traverse through it. But at this point, it just seems so blatant. Like, how do you just ignore it? I can't wrap
you
my
know
head
what
around
it is, though? It's a sunken cost, right? It's a sunken cost, because I don't know where you're from, but I'm from
West Tennessee.
Okay, cool. So you're not far from me. Listen, I'm a Southern boy myself, right? I'm from South Carolina, and I grew up in the upstate, and I went to college in the Midlands and lived in the Midlands for a long period, right? And so my entire life, I lived in MAGA country, right? I saw MAGA start. I saw the movement. I saw it explode. I saw the quote unquote Trump train. And so I know these people. I speak these people language. The simple fact of the matter is that there's a sunken cost. And I know you see this, Brendan. So many people have made Donald Trump and MAGA such a part of their personality that they can't admit that he's wrong. They can't say that something wrong's happened. There's no way they can actually say this is not good, because it's in the fiber of who they are now.
Exactly. And they go by every day, each and every day of their lives. Only thing they think about when they wake up in the morning, because that have became a part of their lives, and all they seem to do from that point on is surround themselves with MAGA responses, MAGA solutions, MAGA. It's just MAGA to them. It's like that became part of their life forever. And that's something that they got to get out of. They have to resolve that, because what's going on in this world today is he's going to change the whole revolution of the way we look at our country. And I guarantee you, what you're going to see that's going to come up in the next 1 or 2 years is not going to be a vision that you thought your country is going to be. Won't be United States of America anymore. Trust me, because that's already hit the field. That's already walking down the aisleway and disappearing. United is gone with us. We don't have that connection anymore. We don't have that communication with each other anymore. We don't know which hand's going which hand. And I agree with everything you're saying, Santana, because that's why I love listening to your platform, man, because you make good points about everything that's going on. And I agree with what you said was honest earlier. Yeah, he did everything he said he was going to do. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm a Democrat all the way, by the way. I'm coming. I'm just stressing that to y'all. But
yeah.
You can't blame the man. You got to have loyalty for that, because the man doing everything he said he was going to do through the whole election. And at the point it is now, you can't get upset with the fact of the solution of what he's doing, because he's actually doing exactly what he spoke about. I'm gonna leave it to you, Santana.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. But I'm sorry, we skipped Vicky, and I want Vicky to actually be able to speak as well. So hold tight 1 second, guys. Guys, there's 500 of us in here, 505 people here. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to 200,000 likes, guys. We also have $200 left in our nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If 200 people just send $1, we can close out our nightly donation goal. It helps support these lives. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Vicky,
Yes.
I know we've talked about a couple of things, but I want to give an opportunity to actually speak to any of the items on the background. So we can definitely talk about what's happening with Donald Trump wanting to take over Gaza. We can talk about the rising prices. We can talk about how Donald Trump is alienating the United States and basically turning us against the world. Or we can talk about what's going on with Elon Musk. What would you like to speak on?
I'd like to speak on Donald Trump's press conference, how he was raving about signing that males will be males, females bill. But you know him, he always got to sneak something in when you think you're not listening. He also spoke on adding an addition to the White House. In my opinion, which I think is true, the White House is a historical landmark. So you really can't do anything as far as adding additions. But he claimed that the ballroom is not large enough, and that he wants to contract himself.
No, he didn't say that.
Yes, he did. He wants to contract himself a $100 million contract to build a ballroom to the White House. So now, you know how he does, he throws stuff in, but it has to go through Congress and everything. But that's what he mentioned, along with all that signature stuff for, the hoopla of, males and males and females.
Yeah. So I'm trying to actually I'm trying to look through here, because I do see that there has been updates and changes to the White House over the years. I think the last one that I see as of right now was in 1952. I'm gonna have to keep looking through this. I don't know what the actual policy or practices or anything like that, what it boils down to as far as being able to make additions or changes or whatever to the White House. I would love to actually I would
He
love to
said,
actually get more information. I have is when the only issue I have is when there's things that are being done, and Trump is actually like you said, putting himself in a position to do these things and enriching him, because we know what Trump is about. We know, the simple fact of the matter is, we know that Trump is completely about enriching himself. And so
exactly.
to me, I have to listen to the video, and I also have to see what are the parameters around that. But we know for a fact that Donald Trump is all about enriching himself. So
It
that
was
doesn't shock
today's
me.
press conference, whereas he talked about signing that new bill about, females will be females, no males in the females locker room, and he had a big hoopla about that today.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Let me read these off, and then I want to keep moving around. Guys, W's in the chat. I'm not gonna say your name because you said no need to shout you out, but I am gonna shout you out. You know exactly who you are, for adding $25 to the nightly donation goal. Thank you so much for doing so. You're absolutely amazing. W's in the chat for Georgia, who sent a $5 donation to go to towards the nightly donation goal, saying for standing on business. Listen, you know how we do all day, every day. We always gonna stand on business. And W's in the chat for Dupree. Dupree sent a $1 donation and said FDT. Listen, I'm gonna do this real quick. Normally I don't do this. I did this yesterday, but since Dupree said it, and I feel like maybe we W's in the chat for Dupree, who added the $1 to the nightly donation goal. Guys, that means we're only $169 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please, please, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. So I want to come to D Express. D Express, I know you hopped in for a moment, but looking at the different things in the background, I know we were just talking about something completely different, but what would you like to talk about? Do you want to cover what's happening with Gaza? Do you want to cover the actual rising prices? What's the state of the U.S. versus the rest of the world? Or, my personal favorite, Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon Musk all the way.
Okay.
Don't understand. I don't get it, man. I just don't understand. How did you
Hold on. Let me ask you a question real quick. Do you have kids?
Yeah, my son's actually a 24-year-old man, so
Okay,
he's
okay.
be an engineer right now. So.
All right, come through, engineer. Does he have kids yet? Are you a papa, a grandpa?
Nah, he don't even care about that right now.
Okay.
He want to finish his lesson. He want to study on planes, how to build a propulsion of planes of the military.
Okay, okay. Again, getting a little personal. Are either one of your parents still alive?
My dad's still alive. He's in Westchester County, New York.
Okay,
so
okay.
My mom passed away 7 years ago.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry to hear that. And I know this might be a little bit of a stretch, but I'll ask anyway. Grandparents, are any of your grandparents still alive?
No, all them passed away. I appreciate you asking, but
okay.
Yeah, every one of them passed away. I've lost so many generations past. So.
Yeah, no. Listen, I get it. So with that being said, you got your dad, we got you, we got your son, we got three generation of men. Hey, how do you feel about Elon Musk officially having all of your social security numbers, all of your information? What are your thoughts around that?
I don't trust him. I mean, when I was in the service, I was serving, and we actually served in some of the worst countries. And I'm going to be honest with you, security was such a very important as far as keeping security privacy, because they have access to do so many things by having access to your information.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me that you're going to give a guy like this gentleman access to people's confidential information where he can actually go in and he can steal every dime, every moment, everything that you have established all your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's taking a big, you guys are, they're really taking a bad risk there, because that's one of the first things that happen constantly is cyber crash and cyber stealing. These are cyber stealing your money each and every day.
Yep.
And people like us who going out there, who is stopping them, that we was in the service. And that's coming from other countries that's allowing that to happen. And the security should be there. But if you got a man like him and he gets access to your security information, you can imagine all this. I can't talk much about it, but you can imagine all the simulations of what he can do and the limitations of where he can go with this information of yours. So you got to be wise to the game, man, because it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, the simple fact of the matter is we do understand who Elon Musk is and what he's been about. So Elon Musk is not someone that I would say has high moral character, right? I mean, he's shown that in multiple instances, whether it's how he took over Twitter and immediately gutted the company and fired people. He fired people within Tesla so he could actually bring more people in on H-1B visas. We know he did the crypto scam where he did a pump and dump as far as crypto. Like we know for a fact that he is not someone of high moral value, which even more so blows my mind of why we would actually allow someone like that have unfettered access to something so important.
And don't forget, Santana, don't forget, he have a real terrible attitude. He can't control himself with his attitude.
Well, I mean, like, he's the richest man on earth. Do you think that he ever like wants to exhibit control?
Nah, never. He don't have any control. The guy is a kid. He may have a grown-up body, but maturity is not there.
He's got a body made like a Cybertruck. I'm sorry, go ahead. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me listen, that's why he made the Cybertruck, because he saw how he looks, and he likes the design as far as how he looks, and so he made an actual truck that looks just like him. That's why if you look at the Cybertruck and then you look at Elon Musk with the shirt off, I promise you will see the body shape for the Cybertruck.
Oh, I see that. I'm sorry.
I tell you, when it comes to the Social Security and him having everybody's, I'm worried about the younger generations.
Absolutely.
I think that if he was going to do something with it, as much as it pains me to say this, the man is not a billionaire off of not having a little bit of intelligence. And who, a grown man, he uses the Social Security for different things. But that I don't see my 5-year-old going anytime to check their credit.
Yep.
And I think that's where something shady will happen. I think they'll be 20 and go to do something, and it will have things on it that they did not do.
Yeah.
I definitely think there's a plan after the plan.
I think so too. Vicky, what do you think? Because I think there's more to. I know there's more to it than what we know. But Vicky, do you think that there's more to come, as far as, because right now they're trying to use it as blanket coverage and saying, oh, Doge is being used to cut down on inefficient government spending and blah blah blah. Vicky, do you think there's more to come with this? Vicky, are you there? Oh, Vicky, I'm going to send you a request to come off of mute. There we go.
Now?
Yes,
Okay.
I can.
I believe more is to this Doge, because it's like nothing is spelled out. So it's kind of like a blanket authority, but you can't figure out what it have authorization to do. So they're just running with it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think there's so much that could be said, and there's so much that we don't know and so much transparency. So I definitely think that's an actual issue. So guys, let's do this. If you are someone, if you're a Trump supporter, of course, get in the box. Get in the box. You have the floor. This is Late Nights with Santana. This is a panel discussion. If you are a friendly and you want to actually come up and join the panel, you can do so as well. So if you are interested, hop in the box, no matter if you are a Trump supporter or a friendly, but especially if you're a Trump supporter, we're going to go ahead and start cycling some of the friendlies out. So we have more of an opportunity for people to actually speak and join. So if you're interested in joining, go ahead and do so. Brendan, anything else that you actually want to talk about before we cycle you out, my friend?
Yeah, I've got one more thing I've been wanting to bring up to you.
Okay.
I watch you a lot, especially on like Parker and Dean's lives.
Really?
Too.
Thank you.
Yeah. The bill that was introduced, I don't think it's been voted on yet in Tennessee, that makes it a crime for our representatives to vote against Trump's. I think right now it's just immigration.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
So like I said, I travel for work, pipelining all over the country. So luckily I'm not in Tennessee right now. I'm in Nebraska, which isn't much better.
It is not.
But me and my wife have actually decided that when we leave Nebraska, we're relocating to Oregon because of that one bill. That was my breaking point. My fear with that is if that passes, where does it stop? Because right now it's just over the immigration stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I didn't think so.
It absolutely doesn't. Now, I mean, the what it boils down to, and I've said this multiple times over and over and over, and I've made the comparison to 1933 Germany, and that's because I am a history buff and someone that took 4 years of German and all of this other stuff, but it's a consolidation of power. It's a unification, and for anyone that gets out of line, the tough part about like the Republican Party is that they're no more, right? The Republican Party's gone. The Republican Party's gone, and it's now MAGA, and you have to fall in line. If you don't fall in line, then you're automatically a rhino. You're automatically primaried. I mean, you have Elon Musk who's saying we will primary anyone. You have multiple billionaires who are saying if you don't actually support Donald Trump picks, you will be primaried, and we will get you out of here. So it honestly, it doesn't. If they're willing to actually pass these type of bills, it will not stop, and it will continue to go. I see people asking about that bill. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can pull it up to give you the information. Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out while I get this information for you. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Alexis. Alexis sent a $5 donation and said FDT and the Cybertrucks. Listen, Alexis, you did the thing. You said the thing. So I'm going to play this one more time while I'm actually looking for this information. Guys, that means that we now are only $164 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please, please, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Yeah, guys. So what it is a immigration bill that it's an anti-immigration bill that was actually proposed by Republicans in the state of Tennessee. It's in there. It hasn't been voted on yet, but there's a NPR article that really talks about it. So if you are interested in getting more information, I'll see if I can find that exact bill number. But there's an NPR article that talks about it. There's also a good AP article that talks about it. And what it says, just 1 second here. What it says is that gosh, they're putting a pretty good amount of money behind it to actually support the bill. The Republican Senator Bo Watson of Chattanooga is one of the people that is actually supporting this. Legislative lawyers, meanwhile, ICE immigration. I'm trying to find the bill number. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in finding it, yes, basically it's a bill that makes it illegal to not support Donald Trump in his effort with immigration. It's being submitted. It's a Tennessee level bill. If you guys are interested in finding that information, then go ahead and look that up. There's a couple of different articles about it. Anyway, Brendan, thank you so much for coming up. I really appreciate you for being part of this conversation tonight.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good birthday, man.
Thank you. I did. I appreciate you.
See
You
y'all
can
later.
drop me also.
Okay, Vicky, I was going to ask if you had anything else that you wanted to add.
Oh no, I said my piece.
Oh, okay, I will go ahead and drop you down. Thank you so much, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
D Express, is there anything else that you want to add to the conversation?
Well, I want to say, Santana, if people want to, or someone sleep.
Yeah, he is.
If I just want to say, if someone wants to, if you
hold on, let me drop him. He is knocked out. He was knocked out.
You know that snoring trick when it happened, they sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to say there's a lot of events.
Oh wait, hold on. That was the wrong person. I dropped the wrong person. I'm sorry. Hey, if I just dropped you, let me invite this person back up. I thought that's who it was. I dropped the wrong person.
I was like, I thought he was doing it from a ghost standpoint.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, if there's a lot of events going on where there's a lot of marches. I know you know more about it than I would, but if I tell people, get into those communities, join those marches, go there and pronounce what you want and how you feel about what's going on. Because if you don't engage and you don't intervene with this, it's just we're just telling them that we're giving up, and we don't want to give up. So, guys, get involved. Get in those communities. Get out there and stand with the rest of us in the march. Because I was in the one in Raleigh, and I'm going to actually go to the next one that comes up and watch. So I'm going to be with anyone that comes up. I'm going to keep my eyes open, and I'm going to be there marching and debating that we stop this effort from getting any further than he already has. So I have nothing else to say. I'm speechless to this because it's just nothing you can say about it anymore. But just do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Listen, D-Express, you're absolutely right, and I think that we have to have an understanding, and we have to make sure that we are being active, being vigilant, and making sure that we're doing all those wonderful things. So, thank you so much for coming up. I really appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Santana.
Thank you. We have Brandy. Brandy, you're a teacup right now. Brandy, are you here?
I'm here. Hello. Hi.
Hi, Brandy. Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Okay, no worries. Edith, is that how you say your username? Edith?
Yes, Edith.
Okay, Edith, are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things to let the TikTok know that we are in the building. Make sure that we are being active participants to help keep the live alive. Make sure that we are doing all the wonderful things. We have our daily gift goal, which are the Let 'em Cooks. If we can knock those out, not only will it help push us out to the FYP, but it will protect the live. So make sure we are doing those wonderful things. If you are someone that wants to actually get in the box and join the panel, if you are a Trump supporter, the floor is yours. you have the ability to actually speak. We will give you an opportunity to speak if you want to join the panel. If you are a friendly and you want to actually join the panel as well, you can definitely go ahead and request up. We're cycling friendlies in and out as well. But if you are interested in actually getting onto the panel, go ahead and request up. All are welcome, because this is Late Nights with Santana. With that being said, Brandy, what would you like to add to the conversation? We've been talking about Elon Musk, but you can also talk about multiple topics, whether it's what's happening with Gaza. You can talk about the rise in prices. You can even talk about what's going on as far as the United States versus the rest of the world. Where would you like to go with the conversation?
I'm just going to say I don't understand how anyone in this world is with Donald Trump. I just don't get it. He's just such a bad person. You see the tariffs going on. They try to say that they come back and, oh no, he put the tariffs on and they took it away. But no, he's just gaslighting everyone. And I don't see why they don't understand and how they don't get that. I can't take it anymore. And then I'm from upstate New York. My news stations put up all this stuff about Black History Month, and they're like, oh, you're for Black History Month and you're a traitor. You need to worry about the weather. Like, these people, I don't understand where they're coming from anymore. Like, they're my friends, they're not my friends, but people that I thought were my friends, but they're not my friends anymore. I just don't get.
Absolutely.
It's just very hard to trust anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the thing about it, right? And a lot of people went through this where they had to. They said that they actually had to cut people off, right? And they had to cut family members off because those family members were willing to vote against their best interests and do things that are actively going to harm them. So with that being said, like I don't blame you. I don't blame you for saying, I can't be friends with you anymore, because it boils down to a lot of people are unwilling to actually stand beside and do the right thing. Right. There's a lot of people that are turning their backs. And even when they see all of these things happening, they're still unwilling to actually say, hey, it's wrong. Hey, we shouldn't have a president who's talking about doing an ethnic cleansing. We shouldn't have a president who wants to actually take the Panama Canal. We shouldn't have a president who wants to actually deport United States citizens to other countries to lock them up in jail. We shouldn't have a president who wants to open up internment camps in Guantanamo Bay.
Exactly.
That people aren't willing to say that.
Exactly. And I work in the restaurant industry. I've worked with like hundreds of just immigrants, not saying that they're illegal, and I don't care if they're illegal, but they're the backbone of our economy. They're the people that do the job that nobody else wants to do. And I don't understand why they don't understand that we need them. We need them to do all the things that white Americans, Black Americans don't want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand it. And what breaking my heart is I have two people that came here to seek asylum from Venezuela. They're engineers from their own country. And they came here to America to try to, probably get a better job, learn English. And now they're so scared. They're moving away. And that just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart. They don't need to leave. And like, if I could take them all like Anne Frank and put them in my attic, I would. Like,
yeah, and no, so the thing about that is that a lot of people don't understand, like, the thing that gets me is I think the Republican Party counts on us being fractured, right? It counts on us, Donald Trump counts on us saying, hey, not my problem. I think that's one reason why there's so much conflict, as far as there's so many different things happening at one time where you can't really necessarily pinpoint and say, oh, this is the thing that we should be worried about, because there's so many things to be worried about at the same time. but it's to actually keep us from worrying about those things, like you just said, you know, human rights for other people who are undocumented immigrants who are just trying to have a better life. But they want us to focus on, you know, all of this other. They want us to focus on Donald Trump threatening to take the Panama Canal. They want us to focus on Donald Trump threatening tariffs and all of this other stuff, instead of actually what could be happening and the things that we should be focused on. So you're absolutely right, and I think there's something to that. Give me 1 second here. Let me just check with the people, new people that I just brought on. Is it Chris or Christy? Christy? I'm gonna drop you down. D, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second here. Edith,
Yeah, no.
I know that Edith and you are a friendly as well, so I'm gonna come back to you. I want to give D the floor first, and we will go from there. Guys, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 200,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 200,000 likes. Let's also get the shares up to 400 shares. And last but not least, guys, we do still have $164 left in our nightly donation goal. If 164 people send $1, we can close that out. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Last but not least, if you used to be a subscriber and you're not a subscriber anymore, this is the time where you can actually go to TikTok.com and you can resubscribe while I'm live. So please consider resubscribing. You can get access. There was a lot of people that ended up having to get removed from the Discord. We had some stuff going on, so we had to remove people from the Discord. If you are still a subscriber, go through your benefits. It'll get you back in the Discord. If you are not a subscriber, you used to be a subscriber, you can actually subscribe online, and then you can get back into the Discord. So with that being said, D, I want to give you the floor. D, we've been talking about multiple things, right? We were speaking about, you know, Trump wanting to take over Gaza. We talked about the increase in prices. We talked about how the United States seems to be going against all of the rest of the world. And we also talked about what's happening with Elon Musk. D, which one of these topics would you actually like to speak about?
Yeah, I'll talk about a little bit of all of it.
Okay, the floor is
first
yours.
off, you guys you sound awesome. You know, and I appreciate you bringing me up here.
Absolutely,
you know,
thank you.
I know being a Trump supporter, I probably ain't the most welcome guy here, but yeah, a little bit of everything, I would say. Like maybe I'll get into the Elon Musk thing first. Like, Elon Musk don't have no power. You know I see a lot of these videos and everybody's so worried about Elon Musk being able to take control or something, but he's not. All he's doing is reviewing and giving referrals. He has no control of shutting anything down. He has no control of anything with your money.
You think so?
No, I know so, because he has to go through whoever is the secretary that was appointed. Like, he has to give all what he learned to that guy, and then that guy gets to make the decisions. You know, like, so he has nothing. And then even the whatever the reporter is for the White House, she even mentioned that, like, if there's anything
press
that
secretary.
he has, yeah, the press secretary, she mentioned that if there's anything that's going to be pretty much, I would say, that he has any interest in, he has to step away from it. He will step away from it himself.
Yeah,
so,
you know, let's do this
ahead.
real quick, because I actually have that audio, right? Let's play it and let's hear what she said, and then I would love to actually get everyone's thoughts around that, right? So
Yeah.
this is what she said.
At Spectrum News, you talked a bit about Doge. Elon Musk is currently a, quote, special government employee who also owns companies that have billions of dollars in federal contracts. You said earlier this week that he has abided by all applicable federal laws, but what steps is the Trump administration taking to address that conflict of interest?
The president was already asked and answered this question this week, and he said if Elon Musk comes across a conflict of interest with the contracts and the funding that Doge is overseeing, then Elon will excuse himself from those contracts. And he has, again, abided by all applicable loss in the backlash.
Okay, so with that being said, right? She's saying, and you seem to believe her, but she's saying that if Elon Musk has a conflict of interest, he's going to raise his hand and he's going to say, yeah, like doing this would benefit me, so I'm not going to do this thing. That's what you're saying.
Well, listen, like I said, he's only reviewing and offering referrals. He has no power. Like, he has no government official appointed to position aside from just looking at the stuff. They're allowing him to look at the stuff.
He should not be allowed to look at that stuff.
Well, that's the thing. He's given that position by the president.
There was we as a people did not give him that power to look at any of our stuff. That's the point that we're all making.
Well, the majority and the electoral decided that.
That's not true. Wait, so D, you voted for Elon?
No, I voted for Trump, but I also saw that Vivek and Elon talked about Doge during the election period, and we saw that was part of their administration's plan, and we wanted that because, I mean, have you not seen all this money that has been spent on all these things that we have not voted on? Like, did you vote for paper cups to be paid for at $1,230 each? Did you guys vote for $600 million?
1 second, Brandy. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Hey, D, where are you getting this information from?
I mean, I research everything that I'm talking about. I'm not going to talk about the stuff.
Can you tell me where I can find that we're paying $1,000+ for paper cups each?
Yeah, you can just look on Twitch and see what Elon has.
You said look on Twitch?
Discovered. Yeah, look on Twitch or look on Google.
Twitch
you could even look at. I mean,
Twitch isn't a source though, friend.
The press secretary just released the whole sheet of lists that they were spending all this money on, and she made copies for the people that were in the room with her. And when she also brought up how I forget what it was called. They were playing Politico, $516,000 for 37 subscriptions when the subscription cost is $200 each. And that would just sum up to be about $7,400 or something like that. But yet we're paying $517,000 for 37 subscriptions.
Yeah, so I would love to see where we can actually verify this because I am actually
look it up wherever you want, but
no. See, this is the thing, D. Right, 1 second though, D, because like I hear you. Like if that's the case, like I am flabbergasted. I'm like blown away, and that's insane. But the simple fact of the matter is, I did my Googles, and it's not finding anything close to that. But if you can give me something that I can actually lock on, because I'm pretty good with the Google machine, but I'm not finding anything. But that's a large claim, because don't get me wrong, D, I agree.
No, I'm not gonna argue. I like having these actual conversations.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Stuff, you know what I mean? Like, this is awesome. You guys are really cool. And I've been watching for a minute and stuff like that. Right. That's why I did want to come up, because I do like having these conversations, because I think for me, it's I was always an independent man. And for me, I always felt like, united we fucking stand. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, I agree. And listen, D, so this is the thing, right? Because I am all in with you in the sense that, like, I've said this before, and again, this might be another unpopular thing that I'm gonna say. So guys, hold on to your seats. Don't clutch your pearls, because I'm gonna say it. Doge, the idea of Doge is a great thing. It's absolutely the concept of Doge is absolutely a great thing. Now the execution, that's where I have the problem.
Yes, exactly. I agree too.
So I do, and I'll say this: I think that Doge should be a bipartisan initiative that is specifically targeted. Yeah. Hey, Christy.
Thank you.
I love you.
Oh, okay. Hey, Christy, give me a second. Doge should be a bipartisan thing that is actually, targeted specifically to cut down spending, right? That should be
Yes.
something that's actually in place. I mean, I love the thought process behind Doge. I don't like putting Elon Musk in charge of it because the simple fact of the matter is, do you think about it?
Okay, but hold on one second. I would say, but you know what? Elon has a record for doing it already with Twitter. He cut down Twitter so badly that like everybody thought
That
Twitter
the
was gonna
actual
just get
application
destroyed.
crashed multiple times and he actually gutted
Yeah,
everything about Twitter. Like that, him taking over
but the
Twitter was not
still,
a good
but it,
thing.
yeah, but I mean, it's running great now
No,
and
it's
it's
not.
making money now.
No, it's not. Twitter's not profitable. Twitter. I'm not gonna say never, but Twitter has not been profitable in I don't know how long. It's not profitable now.
It
It's not.
wasn't
It's
until
still not
Elon Musk
profitable.
took over it.
Cool.
No,
Hold on
yeah,
one
yeah,
second. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna pull this up. Listen, like the thing that kind of gets me off kilter is we can't necessarily just make claims and expect to say, oh, just look like Twitter. No, that's not true. But
I
give me a
mean, I've
second.
seen it.
Sure, give me a second. Let me read this off. W's in the chat for Gene. Gene
Yeah,
sent a
yeah.
dollar. Hold on a second. Gene sent a dollar donation to say one of the scary things is how companies are bowing down to Trump. Look at the NFL with how they're changing their end zone to cater towards Trump ego. I thought we didn't want to be ruled over. Gene, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm not sure what you're referring to the end zone. I know Trump is going to be at the Super Bowl, but I have to check that out. But guys, W's in the chat for Gene. Thank you so much for that dollar donation, guys. That means we're only $163 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. D, give me 1 second. Hold tight for just a moment. I'm going to look up this information. Christy, what would you like to add to the conversation? Thank you. I love you more.
She's adorable. That's awesome.
I'm sorry?
I said, that's all I got to say. I love you, Santana.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's keep it moving. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Don't worry,
Brandy,
she still loves you.
what what did you want to add while I'm looking up this information?
I just wanted to add that like I said, I don't understand why nobody sees what is going on with all of this. It's happening right in front of our eyes, and everybody has a blinder put over them. They're just trying to take over our whole country, our world, and it's not right, and it's not fair, and I can't take it.
Yeah.
And leave the immigrants alone. Not all immigrants are bad.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think there is a lot to that.
Raids are ridiculous. They're taking innocent people and thinking that they're bad people. Take the bad people, I get it. But if they're not proven to be bad, then why are you taking everyone? We need these people. We need them for our economy. We need them for our lives. We need them for our well-beings. And it's just so sad to me. And I just felt that us as African Americans, I'm sorry, but I hope we're not next. I don't want to feel that way, but it's kind of true. What are they going to do with us? Are they going to take the money out of my bank?
And so that's a thing, right? That's a thing that a lot of people worry about, and it's understandable. It's understandable. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Let me just hit you with this. Right. D. So Elon bought Twitter in 2022. He spent $44 billion on Twitter in 2022. Just an FYI, in Twitter in 2024, Twitter actually generated. Let me go back because this is, hold on, this is looking at all the years. Okay. Oh, so they haven't published the actual information for 2024 yet, but they have published the information for year over year, right? So 2023, Twitter generated $3.4 billion in 2023. That is a 22% decline year over year from where they were in 2022. And on a scale, Twitter has 420 million monthly active users, adding about 20 million in 2023. 75% of their revenue came from advertisement, and they still are not a profitable company. They have continued to lose money year over year based off of what the platform is, how large the platform is, and how many users they have. It's never been profitable. It's never been overall profitable since its inception. And that's why it was so insane that Donald Trump was so hell-bent on buying Twitter. And he, first of all, he didn't even really want to buy it. He just tried to, do his whole flex, and he didn't want to buy it. And then he put in, like, he said that he was going to buy it. Then he tried to pull out, and then he was forced to buy it. So it was a whole thing. So I say all of that to say, no, Elon Musk doesn't have a history of making things better with Twitter. Twitter isn't profitable. It hasn't been profitable before Elon, and it's still not profitable now. And as a matter of fact, again, they haven't published the 2024 numbers yet, but at least for the 2 years that he's owned it, it's not been profitable. D, would you like to add anything to that? D, are you there?
Yeah, you muted me. Sorry.
Oh, someone must have muted you. Yeah, no worries. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said. But you are correct, and I'll take that then. If you just look that up, and all right, I'll take that L. But all the same, I mean, it hasn't gotten any worse either. And he's
Twitter's gotten way worse.
Bunch of waste.
Twitter's gotten way worse.
It's a right-wing propaganda. They don't even let you say anything that you want to say on the left side. And I'm not even in the left. I'm in the middle. And that's all they do is take all your rights away and don't let you say anything. And it's all, everybody from the right says, oh, I can't do, oh, it's all you guys. You get everything wrong. And they blame it all on us. And that's not the fact. It's not the fact. The fact is, people like you have blinders on and you don't see the fact that this is what's happening to us.
Literally, when he got Twitter, he released all those files about how Mark Zuckerberg was forced by the Biden administration to actually censor people for saying things about the CV shot and all kinds of dumb shit in the beginning. And he was literally releasing all of that information.
But do you remember, because listen, I know that's a super fun talking point. And like, yeah, he did release some information, but do you remember what Mark Zuckerberg actually said that the Biden and Harris administration did? Because I can pull up the article, and it's not something where they were just like saying you can't talk about stuff.
I mean, in that case, did you guys forget about Biden's 50-year career? Or are we Harris's career?
What? Hey, D, wait 1 second, because now we're like pivoting all over the place. I'm just trying to stick to what you said. Well, no. But you brought up that when he bought Twitter, he released all this information and said that that the Biden administration censored Zuckerberg over C-19, and I'm just trying to clarify. Do you know what that quote unquote pressure to censor was?
No, not the exact reason why.
Okay, cool. So and I can pull this up. I can give you the article if you want, but Mark Zuckerberg went in front of Congress and testified and actually wrote a letter and explained that what the Biden-Harris administration actually did was pressured him to remove anything that was disinformation around the C-19 vaccine, because there was a lot of disinformation that was going on. And the Biden-Harris administration wanted to actually try to
quell
excuse
that
me.
situation.
Exactly. And so Mark Zuckerberg said that he didn't feel good about that because he felt like it was a freedom of speech violation, even though they were targeting specifically misinformation, in which the Biden-Harris administration said people are losing their lives over misinformation. He felt like that people should be able to post whatever they wanted to post, whether it's true or not. So that's what it really was.
Okay, I'll take that. But at
All
the
right.
same time, it's more or less like when you guys are talking about like how these people were trying to protect something so like simple, and it turns out that it was a lot bigger. Like it, and then it came out with all of the election stuff. You know what I mean? Like they started like suppressing a lot of voters, like videos like yours right now during that time, and they were getting censored as well. And it had nothing to do with that CB shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it had nothing to do with it, but it was still the same thing. They weren't playing the videos. They weren't playing any of the advertisements. It was only one side at that point, and that was what was really like detrimental when it came to that.
But what was
And
one
now
side?
they came out.
People were
Like,
dying.
No. I'm not talking about the CV-19 thing. I'm talking
Okay.
about like the like electoral like political ads and stuff like that. They were just silencing one side and not the other.
Okay. DeMarcus, what's going on, my brother?
Oh man.
Nothing much. Listen, would you like to chime in on anything that D is saying?
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a full plate. So yeah, number one, yeah, the censorship had nothing to do, like you said, with C-19. It was about the right trying to make it okay to spread disinformation that actually hurt and unalive people. Like the whole thing about the whole disinfectant and how poison control got over 800% increase in calls because people were actually taking what the president said at the time as actual, gospel. Because with the presidency, you have a lot of responsibility for the words that come out of your mouth. Because we heard nothing but that about Biden for 4 years, right? Like him not being able to talk and all that. But when you are able to talk, you don't want to convey anything that you're questioning when it comes to like healthcare and people maybe trying to do things on their own and possibly unaliving, right? So that was the responsibility of Facebook and X and all social media. If you're going to be a platform where people can freely sign up and express their views, that those views don't end up in people unaliving. And that is the responsibility of the president of the United States of America to actually do, right? So again, when Mark Zuckerberg actually called out to the Biden administration to make sure that he was giving the right information as he testified in court, and you can read the court documents. Now, all of a sudden, now that Trump is in power, oh, my rights have been taken away, or I'm taking the rights away from people to express themselves. You don't express yourself on things that, again, could unalive people. That's why we tell people not to run with scissors, right? Like, we just know that's just not a smart thing to do. We wouldn't promote someone or allow someone to promote themselves running with scissors. Like, we would want that content moderated. So why can't we do that with actual health? That's all.
D, would you like to reply to that?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, I don't want people fucking like spreading information that's gonna hurt anybody. That would not. I'm a godly man. No, I don't care what position you have in politics. I agree with you on that. Yeah, we don't want nobody spreading any misinformation or anything like that. But at the same time, like when it comes to like spreading information, I mean, don't you think you should have a voice to even have your own opinion at some point in time?
That's the thing. You have a voice. Like you can type it into your computer and press send, and then people see it. But when people see it, like the moderators, and they say, "Hey, this is dangerous," then they have the right to moderate that content. So no one's like knocking on your door and like, "Hey, let me hog tie you so you can't type these words," right? They're just saying, "Hey, when you write these words, there's a responsibility on our side to make sure that it's not dangerous."
Yeah, absolutely.
So couldn't they just like tap something under it, like, "Hey, this is this person's opinion. This is not a factual."
When
thing.
you actually have reports of people following that information and unaliving or becoming very sick. No, there's no middle ground to that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
one
at
second.
that point,
One second.
when does
Hey, hold on one second. Hey, Brandy, I'm gonna drop you down. Thank you so much for coming on, my
That's
friend.
fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you
No
for having me.
worries. Have a
Have a good
wonderful
night.
evening. Kim, are you a Trump supporter?
Are you kidding me?
I have to ask the
I
question.
know. No, I am not. I am a Kamala Harris supporter.
Okay, perfect. Kim, give me just 1 second here. Guys, we are almost at 200,000 likes, but the likes are still moving slow. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 250,000 likes. Also, let's move the shares. Let's get the shares up to 450 shares. Oh, let's get up to 400. Guys, we also have our daily live goal, which is the Let 'em Cooks. It helps boost the live. If you could, let's knock those out. And guys, if you are interested in joining the panel, this is Late Nights with Santana. So if you are interested in joining the panel, if you are a Trump supporter, you are more than welcome. We will give you a voice. We have D up here who has a voice. This is a conversation. This is not a quote unquote debate. We're not talking over each other. We're just having a conversation. So if you are a Trump supporter and you want to actually join the conversation, go ahead and request up. If you are someone that's not a Trump supporter, you actually get a voice as well. You can request up. We are swapping friendlies out, but if you're a Trump supporter, you get priority, and we can get you up here quicker because we want to actually be able to have these conversations. Two other quick things, guys. We still have $163 left in our nightly donation goal. We have 445 people hanging out with us. If we can get 163 people just to send $1, we can close out our nightly donation goals. So guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And last but not least, I just want to call out, if you are a subscriber and you were in the Discord, but you now notice that you're no longer in the Discord, that means that you didn't acknowledge the information that was in the Discord. We had some stuff and we had to actually, do some changes to the Discord. So if you are still a subscriber, you can go through your benefits and actually get back into the Discord. Please come back into the Discord. We are welcoming you back. If you are not a subscriber and you want to subscribe, or you used to be a subscriber and you know how the TikTok is doing and you want to actually resubscribe, then you can actually do so while I am live. You can do it while I'm live. You have to just go to TikTok.com, sign into your TikTok account, go to my page, click on it, and it'll allow you to actually resubscribe. It will get you access to resubscribe. You can also recharge your coins there apparently, and you get like a discount for any coins that you want to recharge. So there, all of those things are possible. Keep tapping the screen, do all the wonderful things. D, the floor is yours. I interrupted you.
Oh no, you're all right, man. And I know you got to run your channel. I'm okay with that. But I will ask a question though. Like, are you guys okay with how transparent this new administration has been so far compared to the way the last administration has been? I am curious about that.
When you say transparent, do you mean being vague as possible? Because that's literally how all of his executive orders have been. They have not been in detail to the point that departments don't know what to do. People are literally in limbo, deciding if they want to, leave or not, take the payout or not, or expose other, people that Trump doesn't like in order to keep their jobs. You have a lot of like mishaps going on. And then he's also having to backtrack because the courts are actually pushing back, so, I don't really understand what you mean by being transparent if you have to be sued for every single executive order that you're putting out.
The press secretary is actually answering questions, like, and then Elon Musk
is she, or is she just spreading white supremacist rhetoric?
I mean, are you just looking for those kinds of rhetorics, or are you just like
no? I listen to how people talk
to
when
what
you're
saying and checking.
No, because when you get on stage and you're speaking on a mic and you're saying that the authority comes from a memo and not the Constitution, then I'm going to think that you're a white supremacist, because I was always told that the Constitution tells you the authority of the government and the president of the United States of America, not a memo. But hey, what do I know?
Wait a minute.
So
you said, okay, good. Sorry.
No. I would love to hear Kim's thought on this as well. If she feels like that the actual if she feels like the administration is being transparent. But also I want to ask you the question, D, like, are you listening to the press secretary, like the way she's doing things? Because I'm actually listening, and she it's propaganda.
You think that's propaganda? Have you seen the old press secretary compared to her?
Cool. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna do a thing. Cool. Hold on 1 second.
It's the whataboutism for me.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. In the club, we all fam. Give me a second here.
Offend anybody, trust me.
No, you're fine.
I do like having good conversations, though.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it to get crazy or nothing like that. So
okay, cool.
This is what I do, like, with my family.
That's not what this live is about.
I love my family. You know,
Santana is really chill, and we're just gonna have conversation.
Yeah,
we may not agree.
Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Okay, so I want you to listen. To the opening and tell me if you think this is propaganda or not.
Good to see you all. President Trump is in charge and America is back. This week further demonstrated that the Trump effect is real. Over the weekend, Americans celebrated the return of American-Israeli citizen Keith Siegel and 2 Israelis who were held captive by Hamas terrorists since October 7th, 2023. President Trump and his administration worked diligently to secure their release and are committed to freeing all remaining hostages. Yesterday, as you all know, President Trump held his first foreign meeting at the White House with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And as the president said, the bonds of friendship and affection between the American and Israeli people have endured for generations and are absolutely unbreakable. The president is committed to eliminating Hamas and securing a lasting peace for the entire region. The historic proposal for the United States to take over Gaza, announced by President Trump last night, underscores this commitment. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. President Trump is an outside-of-the-box thinker and a visionary leader who solves problems that many others, especially in this city, claim are unsolvable. We've already seen the results from President Trump's bold peace-through-strength diplomacy on the world stage. In response to President Trump's tariffs this week, both Mexico and Canada took immediate steps to alleviate the illegal alien migration and flow of deadly drugs, particularly fentanyl.
I had to drop that before they actually said the word. D,
Okay.
that doesn't sound like propaganda,
man.
Okay,
because he's doing everything.
He's
actually
not though,
done
friend.
it all.
Like that. Okay, okay.
What hasn't he
Let's talk
done?
about cool. Let's talk about what she says.
Hold on 1 second, if you don't mind. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like cut you off or nothing, but like he's got Mexico stopping the border.
No, so let's talk about it. That's exactly where I was going. Tell me something that he did, and tell me with the agreements that Mexico and Canada made. Tell me what's different. What's something different that they did?
To remain in Mexico
They didn't restart that.
In Mexico. Yes, they did.
Well, I mean, he implemented,
that.
but Mexico has not agreed to that. But that's not what I'm talking about.
No,
I'm talking
did,
about.
Because
hold
that's
on,
why
D, slow down for just a half a second. Donald Trump threatened tariffs. Donald Trump signed the executive order for the tariffs. And then Mexico and Canada came back and said, this is what we will do. Out of all the things that Mexico and Canada said that they would do, tell me what things are new versus the things that either they have been doing or they had already agreed to under Joe Biden.
Well, Canada just sent another 10,000 troops to the border on the north end, and they already caught over, like, I think they said it was like 54 kilograms of fentanyl.
D, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna have to drop you down. You can come right back up. You can't say the actual F drug on.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Man.
So I'm gonna drop you down. Just request right back up.
All right.
Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. We're at 205,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Also, guys, we still have $163 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. D, if you're down in the chat, you can request to come back up. And we will get this conversation going. So all you have to do is hit the request button to come back up. Naquan, you had your hand up. I'm gonna go ahead and let you have the floor until D comes back. If D comes back.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted D. What up, brother?
What's going on?
I hope you enjoyed your little vacation, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was definitely needed. But yeah, I wanted D because I don't know if he ever seen her Twitter.
Whose Twitter? The press secretary?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I doubt it. It's a ton of propaganda.
She put a shirt on that said "Make America Blonde Again."
Yeah, she absolutely did. I don't think D is gonna come back, guys. I don't think D is going to come back. So let me land this plane, and just to give everyone a little bit of information, right? The things that Donald Trump got from Mexico and from Canada, pretty much everything had already been agreed upon, and already had been done before. Even when it comes to Mexico sending the 10,000 troops to the northern border for them. Over the past couple of years, they were sending 15,000. So they're actually sending less troops. The interesting thing that Canada's doing is that the Canadian government is appointing a quote unquote border czar. Right, there's that, and then they're also classifying any cartel members that are operating in Canada as a T group. Those are the new things. Everything else has either been done in the past or was already agreed upon. So, like, when you talk about the reason why I said it's propaganda, it's because they're pumping this up to make it seem like Donald Trump is doing something amazing or Donald Trump is doing something that hadn't been done. And that's simply just not the case. Not even close to being the case. But with that being said, DeMarcus, I want to come back to you for a second. What else or anything else that you want to add?
I was just going to say a lot of this stuff that Trump is passing is really targeting them. It's really putting a microscope on them because it's like, if you go down to like taking away DEI, okay, now white men have to step up. They have to be, these people with superior intellect, as Donald Trump said, right? You actually have to like show up to the job because, you're not going to let black people have it. You're not going to let women have it, LGBTQ have it. You're not going to have it. Anybody, disabled people have it. So now what? And then also, like, with the tariffs, like, we know that a large part of MAGA is poor, like most Americans, right? So it's like, why would you want something that's going to make your eggs go up when you were crying about eggs the entire election? It just makes no sense. So it's like, I don't think they're really paying attention to the policy, and they're just caught up in the rhetoric, like how the press secretary was. It's like, America is greater now. It's not actually looking at how is it greater?
Yeah, no, again, it's a lot of people accepting the thing that I've learned about MAGA, right, is that they care more about the show than the action. They care more about DeMarcus, you ever took economics?
Briefly, like a couple classes.
Do you remember the sizzle and the steak?
No, I didn't get that far.
Okay, cool. So sizzle, and for anybody, nerd moment, whatever, Kay. For anyone that it's an economic principle where you have the sizzle and the steak, right? The steak is the substance, right? The steak is what the actual thing is. It's the beneficial part. But the sizzle, think about it. We've all been out at a Mexican restaurant and someone orders fajitas. And you're sitting there minding your own business and you hear tss, and then you smell the aroma and they're walking out with the actual tray and you hear you see the smoke coming up from the steak and they put it down and you think, I think I'm going to get fajitas. You got sold on the sizzle. Now, whether the steak is actually beneficial or not is a completely different story, but you definitely got sold on the sizzle. And MAGA and MAGA really cares about the optics, how things look, how things are perceived. They don't really care if Donald Trump is actually doing anything. They care about whether Donald Trump looks like he's doing anything. That's why Donald Trump, when he was out on the campaign trail, you saw him working at a McDonald's. You saw him driving a garbage truck. They care about the optics and how things look, not about what it's actually happening.
It's literally worth versus expensive, right? Because if something has worth, the expense doesn't matter because it's worth it. That's why we have that phrase, right? It's worth it. If something is expensive, you know that you're not getting the worth out of it, but you're willing to pay for it because it looks good. You like it. You like the glitter and the glam of it. You're not really caring about if it's going to break in 2 days because it looks nice. And that's what MAGA is paid for, something very, very expensive. That it looked good, like, all the flags and all the MAGA and we're bringing America back. That looks great, but when you get to the substance of it, it has no worth. The only worth is for rich white men.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. Listen, I don't know if I can. I'm not gonna tell this joke because I don't know if I can get away with this joke, and either Kay or my wife or someone will kill me if I tell this joke. But I'll just say for you, DeMarcus, and for anyone else in the chat, if you've never heard Samar, or is it Samar or Simone, the comedian, the black woman comedian? Samar.
Yeah.
She has a joke. One of my favorite jokes, where she talks about women and shiny shit. Look up that joke or look up the video whenever you have a moment. It's Samora's joke where she talk about women and shiny shit, and I will say that is MAGA. So anyway, DeMarcus, I appreciate you coming up, my brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you have a good one. Look up that joke. Kim, what else would you like to add?
Hi there. Thank you for having me, Santana.
Absolutely.
Come on, get down. Sorry, my cat is jumping on me now that I'm talking. So I was wondering, actually, I was on AOC's IG. Oh, I don't know if I should say that. Social media live on another.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
Instagram, guys. If you're not following me on all the social medias, follow me on Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram. All of my listen, we're live streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now, and I've been posting on Instagram. See, you can say it. It's all good.
Oh, I wasn't sure. They are so sensitive over here.
It is
I was
all
on
good.
timeout for a week and I was
all good.
losing my mind. Today, I just got back on. Anyway, so I'm on AOC and she was saying that they just want to funnel money, right, from all of these organizations just to give I think she said something like $2 trillion tax cut for of course, the 1%. So he needs to find he needs to find funds from somewhere. So he wants to cut Medicaid and veterans benefits and, you know, all these programs that will help the most needy just to give a tax break. And it just makes me so sick that these people do not care. I don't even think they really hear what he's saying. They just hear his bumper sticker sayings. I think that's something you said.
Yep.
Right?
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
It's just I just want him to be impeached and gone. But then again, I'm not happy about JD Vance stepping up to be our president if something so happens to the other guy. What do you think about him being impeached? Because I think it was Al Green was talking about it.
Is his last name Green?
Yeah, because yes, Al Green.
Yeah, it's Al Green. He put in the paperwork already, I believe.
Yeah,
I could have sworn his last name was something else. Okay, Al Green, not that Al Green, but Al Green for sure, for sure.
Somebody mentioned it. I thought it was the same.
That's why
Al Green too, bro.
That's why it just clicked.
Me too. The first time I heard it, and I was like, "Wait, no, did I just hear what I heard?"
And which I've seen his face a million times because every time I see his face, he reminds me of a werewolf, like with his beard. It's like it's growing out of his eyes. But I guess to get back to what you're saying and to answer your question, I think there's no chance that he's impeached. Period. I don't care. They couldn't get it right the first time. Right? They couldn't get it right the first time. I definitely don't think they're going to get it right this time. Yeah, no. And like I saw what AOC said, and I agree, right? I mean, and this is just my inner thoughts, right? But I think there's something to Elon actually looking for, you know, ways to cut government spending, because the simple fact of the matter is they want this they want this tax cut, and in order to actually get this tax cut, and they can't hit the debt ceiling, then they're going to have to actually cut spending somewhere so they can give that $4 trillion cut. Well, they're going to have to find ways to cut funds to actually do it. That's why they're trying to dismantle all of these federal services so they can get those tax cuts that they were looking to give. So if they can get rid of the Department of Education, if they can get rid of USAID, if they can get rid of additional funding, if they can actually stop all of these funds that have been appropriated and all of these other places where the money is supposed to go, then they can actually find a way to stop all of that and then give that $4 trillion tax cut that they've been looking for. So that's what it's all about. I mean, plain and simple, that's really what it's all about.
That is so sick. What about all these people's jobs? They're
I don't care.
Be about the people. What are these people supposed to do?
They don't care. They don't care. I mean, like Elon is the richest man on earth. It's an oligarchy. Olive Garden. It's an Olive Garden. It's an Olive Garden, folks. And so what it is these billionaires are all in they're in Trump's cabinet, and like they're just out to enrich themselves. So that's what it really boils down to.
I like to say one more thing before I drop. This is gonna sound so strange, but and I'm sick to say this, but I believe that this was supposed to happen for a reason. I think he is supposed to burn down and wreck everything so that we can rebuild it. That's just something I feel. Well, I've been feeling lately, because it's nothing else makes sense to me. Everything just it feels like we're in a sunken place, and like every day you wake up and are in fear of what breaking news is going to come next about this guy.
Yeah, no. So like I don't subscribe to the theory that there's like some type of divine purpose behind Trump being here. I think that you know, I'm gonna call it what it is. People are stupid. People are stupid. People are stupid. People are racist. People are sexist. People could not accept a black woman, and with them not being willing to accept a black woman, they were willing to actually cut off their nose to spite their face. Like that's what it boils down to. And now you have all of these people turning around saying, I didn't think that he was going to do. I saw the Venezuelan representation in Miami, who is highly upset with Trump and saying that, oh, we were told that they were only going to deport illegal documents. That's why we actually supported Donald Trump and we voted for him. And now they're actually deporting everyone. Yeah,
everyone. Yeah.
Like it's on you. You have like you have multiple people. Even when you talk about like the pro-Palestine people who were so up in arms and telling people to actually vote, like what's her name? That's in Michigan, that's in
right. Yeah. I want to say,
gosh, what's her name?
Her name is not coming to me.
That's part of the squad. Chat, what's her name?
Talib.
Yeah, Talib.
Yes,
Talib.
Her sister was part of that whole, was it like they didn't want to vote for Biden, so they were
And so they told people don't vote for Biden in the primary, right? And you can't just say, oh, don't vote for Biden in the primary and then think that, oh, they're going to remember not to, or they're going to do it and vote for, Kamala Harris in the actual presidential election. Like it is a whole thing. And she never endorsed Kamala Harris. So it's like now you have these people who are like, oh, I can't believe that Trump is doing this, or I'm shocked that Trump is doing this. And like, there's a lot of people who felt like their purpose was something other than what it really was, and they were willing to do these things because they either thought that it wasn't going to affect them, or they thought that it was going to benefit them in some way, shape, or form. Like there was this teacher who was in a red state that voted for Donald Trump and now is upset that they're talking about shutting down the Department of Education.
Right.
But like he ran on this. He said that he was going to do this, and now you're upset that he's actually doing so. Yeah.
That's my thing. It's like people are not listening. He says the quiet parts out loud.
Oh, it's not quiet, my friend. It's loud. It's loud and bold and ignorant. It's not quiet.
No. The parts that are supposed to be quiet, he says them out loud. And people take everything for a joke, and it doesn't make any sense. Who is he, a comedian, or is he a president? Everything they say, all these Trump whisperers tell you what he really meant. And he told us already what he meant, and we are telling them, but now they're coming back and are crying and, oh, I didn't know he was going to do this to me. He lied to me. He lied over 30,000 times in his first administration. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely.
FAFO tour coming to a town, city nearest you.
Absolutely. But Kim, thank you so much for coming up. I really appreciate you.
So much for having me. People, I need some more followers so I can go live on camera. Follow me.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Also, guys, we still have $163 left in the nightly donation goal. There's 415 people hanging out. I know we can definitely go ahead and close that out. We only need $163 from or $1 from 163 people. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. It helps support the live and it allows us to do what we do here. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Naquan, I know you didn't get to actually flesh out your overall conversation with D. So I'll give you a little bit of time if you want to pick any of the topics on the screen that you want to speak to, or if you have anything else specifically that you wanted to get to. I definitely want to give you the floor for that as well.
Yeah, I came in when he was saying something about DEI, which most people don't even know. There's 4 letters to there. There's an A at the end of there, which is accessibility, which is for the disabled community that's in workplace. So people like Abbott, he voted against his own good. Him rolling back DEI in Texas means if they want to, they can come snatch up any wheelchair ramp.
I saw somebody say
get,
that. Take them wheelchair ramps.
Yeah,
Take them wheelchair ramps from Abbott if you want to get rid of DEI.
They can get rid of handicap parking at workplaces. Like,
some places are already doing that. Unfortunately, some places are already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
See, and y'all voting against yourself, and then y'all mad when we warn y'all about this stuff.
You know what I think is interesting. So did you see? And I posted this in the Discord today. Javon, yeah, actually I just saw that. We talked about the whole football thing earlier. But did you guys see that Target shareholders are actually suing Target now over the DEI practice?
Yep.
Because of the protests is losing them money.
Mm-hmm.
So now they are suing them.
Yep. And so they're saying that Target didn't actually share with them what the backlash would actually be for that. And then even more so, Target didn't actually share with them the backlash of other protests that has affected what they've done. And so they're like, yeah, you're not sharing this information and you're making these decisions knowing that there's gonna be backlash and you're not sharing that with us, right? And so Target is being sued by their shareholders. Guys, W's in the chat for Kim. Kim, thank you so much, Kim. Kim sent a $10 donation saying, thank you for having me on your panel. You're the best. Kim, you are awesome while you were up here. Thank you so much. You are more than welcome to come back at any time, guys. That means now we only have $153 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. They're like literally, it's been a whole thing. I mean, from Costco seeing a boom in their support, and then other companies that are boldly saying that, hey, we're going to actually do this, and then other companies who are getting rid of their DEI policies, their DEI programs, things like that. They're taking an actual hit, which is like what should happen. And again, I put it in the Discord. And again, if you're not in the Discord, if you're a subscriber, get back into the Discord. All you got to do is actually follow your benefits and make sure you acknowledge the stuff when you get into the actual Discord. If you used to be a subscriber, you're not a subscriber anymore, you can go to tiktok.com while I'm live and actually go ahead and click on the information. You can resubscribe. You have to go to my page. You can resubscribe there. But like, this is what we have to do. This is how we make our voices heard. This is how we stand up. This is how we actually do the thing, right? Because they don't respect our opinions. They don't respect our posts. They don't respect, black squares on Instagram or any of that other crap. But they do respect when we stop spending our money.
Mm-hmm. And like even Twitter, because I ain't never calling it X. Twitter and Facebook has been losing people ever since the election.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since the election, and they're upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
To Blue Sky, but also to the pro-Palestinian people.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't against y'all.
Nope.
We warned y'all. Trump been saying before he even started running it again that Gaza should be a parking lot.
He wants to turn it into a strip mall.
Yes, y'all called it fear mongering because we saw the truth when he said it.
Mm-hmm.
And now he wants to take over. he wants to take over the strip
and
make it a resort.
Naquan, when you have Germany, Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, all agreeing on the same thing, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Yep. It's true. They won't agree on anything else, but they're agreeing on this.
Oh, you fucked up. You fucked up.
So many world
even
leaders
Russia
put out a statement after that interview saying what Trump said is bananas, pretty much, just to narrow it down. Like, why didn't y'all listen to us? And then y'all saying, oh, can we be friends now? No, I don't want to be friends with none of y'all now. I'm not as nice as Santana. Don't follow me.
Yeah, no.
If I find out you're a MAGA and you follow me, I'm going to block you. We ain't friends.
Not even close. Not
We're
even a
not
little bit.
friends. But yes, yeah, he showed y'all his stripes and y'all still was blind to it. He told y'all everything he was going to do. And it's, oh, we misinterpreted it. No, y'all misinterpreted it. Y'all did.
Yeah, no.
Because DACA's rolling back. The vets that voted for him, because of DEI, when you get out of the army, if you have PTSD, you have a missing limb, such and such, jobs cannot discriminate against you. So all you vets that voted for him, when they get rid of these DEIA practices, you screwed up.
Yep, absolutely.
Like you literally had a union protesting today because they governor was rolling back a union rule that you cannot start a union.
No more. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And which, hold on, let me say this real quick, guys. W's in the chat for Antonio. Antonio sent a $5 donation to the Nightly Gold, saying Nightly Gold donation and supporting my community this month. Can't F with these folks that's trying to ignore Black History Month. I will not be hiding. I will be fighting, trying to I'll be fighting anyone trying to hide us. Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Antonio. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. And you're absolutely right. Like, it is, one, it's our month and we will talk about it. But two, again, like, if they don't respect anything else, they're going to respect this paper. They're going to respect where we spend our money. They're going to respect where we choose the vacation, where we actually choose to spend our time, energy, and effort. You're absolutely right for that. But guys, that means we're only $148 from closing out the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Naquan, I wanted to hit on something that you said, because like I've seen that as well with like unions. Unions are now protesting, and it's unions that voted and supported Donald Trump, and they're now saying like, oh, what are you doing? But when Donald Trump was on live with Elon Musk on Twitter, they were talking about busting up unions. Donald Trump was talking about how excited that made him that Elon Musk he called him the best buster, the union buster. You didn't think that this was going to happen? You didn't think that this was going to, it's mind blowing.
And they bragged about on that same live interview they did together where he was panhandling for money. They bragged about firing people so they did not have to pay them overtime. We warned y'all about this stuff. We warned y'all about what was in 2025. He turned around and put about 6 people that was major parts of 2025 in his cabinet right now.
Yep.
You got to remember one thing. Trump supporters don't know their candidate.
No, they don't.
They don't know nothing about Trump. We know about Trump because we actually watched him and we knew what he, we listened to what he was saying. We know about Project 2025. Everything that's in those executive orders, 16 out of 20 is Project 2025. Simple as that. I mean, it's word for word. And when you got these unions, especially in Utah, they screw them badly.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's where it was at, Utah.
It was Utah. Yeah.
That's where it was at, Utah.
Yeah,
Where
they screwed them badly. And then the guy get up there and said, well, you guys didn't vote for this and this. And they're sitting there like, yo, we voted for Trump because we thought, he was going to, be a savior. No, he wasn't. He took that right away from you guys.
But fun fact, I know how tariffs affected America last time he did it, because it affected my business with the lumber. So imagine if Canada and Mexico and any other country he plans on putting it on say screw him. Guess what's going to happen? A repair to your house is going to cost more. If you decide you want to build a new house, it's going to cost more. It's just simple facts, because I'm not going to take a loss. I'm going to charge you more. I do home renovations. I'm going to charge you more. I'm not going to take a loss.
Yeah. No, listen, it's funny. So I heard someone speaking about this, and I know it's a bit of a throwback, right? Because now MAGA has moved past it, and they at least acknowledge that they know what a tariff is, right?
It was the
Pop
most
quiz.
Google search word.
Pop quiz. What's the most famous tariffs in United States history? And for anyone in the chat,
anybody?
I will not say. I'll say it wasn't Smoot Hawley. So there's a hint. Naquan Stiller, do either one of you know what's the most famous tariff in our country's history?
It had to be during the Great Depression.
No, that's Smoot
Susan
Hawley.
Hawley. I'm trying to remember,
Okay,
and
so,
I've
yeah.
talked about this one before, I think.
Was it the actual one that just happened a couple years ago with the farmers?
No. It was after the Susan Hawley, I believe it was.
Chat, does anyone in the chat know? I don't see the chat move. Ooh. Brendan is smart. Brendan is smart.
The T.
Boston Tea Party. Yes.
Boston Tea.
Yes, literally. That was the Boston Tea Party. Absolutely. There was a tariff that tax. Like, so like we have a history. Our country was founded on not wanting tariffs. But now it's supposed to be the thing that's going to lead us into this quote unquote golden age, right? This thing that Trump wants to make a fundamental part of who we are. Thank you for the heart me. A fundamental part of who we are again. Like, it's absolutely mind blowing.
But it's going to crash the economy bad.
What you're talking about is also that new thing that he signed executive orders for supposed to be providing money to everyone. And it's supposed to be for, he said different countries have it. Well, those countries that have that have a surplus. We're $32 trillion in debt. So the only way that you're going to do whatever they're doing there is you have to take it from another pot. Social Security. It's an option to take it from Social Security. And then they said, well, if we do that, then we don't have to worry about doing income tax. Okay, if you take away income tax, how is bridges and roads and schools, how they get funded? Oh, we just do the tariff tax. So it's like they're gonna try to come around back to tariffs being the save all in all, and it's not.
It's not.
It really isn't.
It's not.
Economists will tell you that.
Tariffs do not benefit the United States citizen much because it goes straight to the government. So it's not really benefiting you like you think it is. Yes, targeted tariffs are good. It's needed every once in a while. Yes. But putting an outright blanketed tariff, not only is it going to cause a trading war, which we're going to lose, because let's face it, the U.S. do not have that much natural resources. We don't.
Yep.
We get our diamonds from everywhere else. We get our coffee from everywhere else. We get a bunch of fruits from everywhere else. We get some oil from other places. We get most of our lumber from Canada. Canada is bigger than the U.S.
Well, remember what Hot Wheels
less
said
people, but definitely
Texas,
land
right?
mass.
Yeah.
So Hot Wheels said he's going to go ahead and not give Canada cotton, right? Not understanding that India and China has produced more cotton than they do in Texas.
Yeah.
So Canada can get their cotton from India or China. So right there, that threat didn't mean anything at all.
Yep.
But I was having an argument with somebody the other day. They was like, "Oh, the U.S. don't need coffee beans from Colombia. U.S. make their own." No, dude, they make the coffee here, yes, but they get the coffee bean from over there. Oh, we can do it from the UK. The UK also get their coffee beans from Colombia. They only process them here, but they get them from Colombia. If we start beef with all these people with this tariff war, we are screwed.
Yep, we absolutely are. But listen, guys, I hate to cut this short, but I want to do something. Anything else from either one of you guys?
I just want to say
I need
one
to get
thing.
some rest, bro.
I just want to say one thing. If anybody from Florida, we got special election coming up. These are 2 seats that we can actually flip.
Mm-hmm.
If we can flip these 2 seats in Florida, that makes it 217 in the actual House. Then that New York seat will be up for grabs. I'm hoping and I'm praying that those people in South Florida who were upset with what's going on with Donald Trump, they go ahead and vote for the Democrats that's running.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's 2 candidates that are very capable of doing the job better than Gates and Collins, who was the 2 seats up for grabs. But I just want to know, anybody from Florida, if you hear me, get out there and vote when it comes up for that special election. We can have these seats filled by April. And that means that we can stop Donald Trump and his tracks with everything he's trying to do for at least 90 days until that New York special election takes effect.
And also, if you are in New York, we need to remove the governor that we have. We need to remove him. We can't do the mayor we have, Mayor Adams. He's not for us.
No, he's not
at all.
He's not.
We need to push to remove him from his position. He gotta go.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely. He is horrible. Anyway, guys, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drop you guys down. I appreciate both of you guys coming up. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it, Santana.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I just had a thought. But can you guys do me a quick favor? I want to do something. I did something last night, and I want to try to see. Darn it. Why can't I? Why can't I? Okay. Hey guys, do me a favor, tap the screen real quick. Let's see if we can get up 250,000 likes real quick. 250,000 likes real quick, please. Guys, listen, just a quick reminder, if you're not following me on all the socials, make sure you're following me on all the socials. Follow me on Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram. Do all the wonderful things. I am active on all of those different platforms, and I want to make sure that we are able to stay in touch and do all those wonderful things. So if you are interested, make sure that you're following me on all of the sites. Keep tapping the screen. We're almost at 250,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Let's get up to 250,000 likes, and we will go from there. Real quick, chat, because I know what I would yeah, it's not gonna let me do that. Listen, I really appreciate everybody hanging out, and I just an FYI, we will have all of our we will have our normal layout back next week with Late Nights with Santana, and when we actually do have our hold on, there we go. How are we?
Good. Did I do it right?
You did do it right. All right, guys, this is what I would like for us to do. We did it last night. Super cool. This is a way that I want to kind of do a raid. So I need you guys to do the thing, right? So the only thing that you have to do is click on the right side of your screen. And all you have to do, or left side, depending, the opposite side, not my side, click on the other side. And then once you actually click on the side, hit watch live. We're going to do a raid. We're going to hop over and raid. It looks like there's some Trump supporters over there. You guys can get in, and there's a panel discussion. All of that wonderful thing is happening. So let's all just hop over. Let's just hop over. There's still 300 something people hanging out. I need to see the numbers decreasing. I need you guys to just touch on the screen. And when you touch the screen, all you have to do is hit watch live, and that'll switch you over to the other live. I'm actually going to go hang out over there for a while myself. They have some Trump supporters. It looks like some Trump supporters aren't chicken over in her live. So let's jump over. Let's go ahead and jump over. All I need you guys to do for me is to tap the screen, and then hit watch live. And when we get in, I need you guys to show up and show out. What does that mean? I need you tapping the screen. The likes are at they're not even at 5,000 likes yet. Not even at 5,000 likes. We can run up her likes. We can run up the likes. Send your daily heart me if you have. Tap the screen, share the live. Santana raid. You know what it is, guys. Santana raid. So tap the screen, click watch live. It'll jump over to the other live, and it allows you to just transfer over. You don't have to go search. You don't have to find. I want to see the number going down. It looks like the number is slowly trickling down, but I need you guys touching the screen, hit watch live. It'll get you over. She has Trump supporters. She has a whole panel. So if you want to actually get in and have these debates, you can jump over to her panel and have these debates. You can get in there. There's Trump supporters in it. Look, somebody saying Trump 2025 and spamming Trump 2025. And listen, there's MAGA. If you guys want to go MAGA hunting, get over there. All you have to do is click on the screen and then touch watch live. It'll move you over. It'll move you over. You don't have to do anything. Santana raid, it automatically moves you over. You can go ahead and get this started. I'm going to go join Hangout for a while, and we are going to have some debates. There are Trump supporters that are in there right now. Guys, get over there, get over there, get over there.
You're so sweet. I haven't gone live in so long, so I was not expecting this.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You know, you're the best. I love going live with you. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much. Holy crap. I was not expecting that.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, Hannah, thank you so much. Okay, let's get this started.
My wife.
Bet.
All right, guys. Okay. Thank you for any of you guys who are still hanging out here. Thank you all. I love you all. I appreciate you all.